Michele Giannone from TUDN Univision. Coach, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank
And
you.
I wanted to ask you about what worries you the most about Trinidad tomorrow, and if I may, for Jesús in Spanish. Jesús, un gran partido con un triplete el partido pasado. ¿Cuál ha sido la clave? ¿Cómo te sientes en este momento? Gracias.
Yeah, so when we look at Trinidad and we analyze their strengths, first we know that they're a well-coached team, a veteran experienced team, guys that have, tournament experience and Gold Cup experience, a few players that we're familiar with through, their time in the MLS. And for me, I know that they have a dynamic offensive transition for players that are very dangerous individually, and then when they get together combining, it can be a real threat. So that's something that we're going to be really aware of.
Para mí estoy contento. Obviamente ser un delantero, el deber de nosotros es siempre marcar goles y contento. Creo que estoy mentalmente enfocado en lo que quiero lograr. El equipo está enfocado en lo que queremos lograr colectivamente y eso nos ayuda a estar en la misma página y trabajar juntos para lograr ese objetivo.
Just a short thing. I will kindly ask you to ask the questions in English, and because we don't have translation for this match. Okay. Here, please.
Kyle Bonniger with ESPN. BJ, before the tournament started, how much mapping out of starting 11s occurred, kind of looking at the group stage versus deciding after each match kind of what the best fit was going to be, trying to kind of make sure that you got a look at everyone and then distributed playing time and all those factors that kind of go into that?
Yeah, I think right from the beginning the message has always been that we want to make sure that we give as many players opportunities to experience this group stage. We know with that experience it'll only pay dividends in the short term, but also when we look at the long term. So for me, I don't think it was specific like this guy's going to play then and this guy's going to play now. But it was very much, an idea of we individually planning for where each guy was, where they were coming off of minutes in their league or whether they were coming off of maybe a little bit of a break, some of the European guys. So balancing each individual's needs with the overarching vision that we want to make sure that all players, get this exposure here in the group play as we earn our way into the knockout rounds.
Pilar Perez, ESPN International. Coach, what do you expect from your team in this match, knowing that maybe the goal differential is going to be crucial for you to stay in the first position? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. For us, we're going to continue to stay focused on the process of how we prepare and analyze the opponent, the way that we train, and we want to continue to remain true to our identity. We do understand that there'll be an eye on the goal differential, but we're confident that if we play our style of play and we remain aggressive and pressing and dominating with the ball, we have confidence that we'll be able to score the goals and get the result that we need.
Okay, please.
Kyle Bauman, Sporting News. Coach, this Trinidad Tobago team seems relatively vertical the way they play, at least a little bit. So what is your evaluation of how your team has defended against long balls and counterattacks? And then how do you go about applying that to tomorrow's game? And Jesus, I don't know, I assume you've seen, but maybe not, that some folks on social media have started referring to you as the Pirate of the Caribbean, thanks to your large number of goals against Caribbean teams. How do you feel about that, the little bit of fun there?
I'll give you a second, okay. I would agree. Just like I said earlier, I think Trinidad poses a lot of threats to us, especially with the speed in their attack, their ability to offensive transition, their aggressiveness in the attack. So that's something that we need to be aware of. I feel like in the last two matches we've dealt with the direct play pretty well. So that's going to be something that we continue to stress and something that we feel confident that we can handle. And we're going to continue to emphasize, the position behind the ball when we are in attack. We want to remain aggressive, but at the same time, we have a great deal of respect for their attacking players, and so we'll be organized behind the ball, just as much as we talk about being organized with the ball and attacking and trying to score.
Yeah, for me, I saw that. I try to stay off social media as much as I can. For me, as a forward, it's always my job is to score goals, and I'm going to try to score goals with whoever's in front of us. I've scored a lot of goals against Caribbean teams, and so, like I said, my job is to score goals, and I'm going to do that no matter who's in front of us.
Coach, my name is Jean Philippe from the Voice of America. The way we're looking at Group A, in which there is no team that can pretend that they are qualified, except everybody has to wait tomorrow. How the U.S. with 4 points and Jamaica with 4 points, how are you looking at that game since you both playing a different team to make it to the quarterfinal?
Yeah, so for us, we're gonna remain focused on our match, trying to perform the best that we can, obviously trying to get the result. We'll clearly have, a group of people that are watching the other game to give us updates as needed, if it comes to that. So we'll be prepared to keep one eye on the other matches that occurs. But for us, in terms of what we're messaging with the staff all the way through our players, is that we want to be ourselves. We want to play to our identity, and we feel confident that if we're able to do that, the result will take care of itself. The result that we need will take care of itself, and we'll earn our way into the knockout round.
Okay.
Coach, here again. Can you give us an update on Jordan and Alan? We've seen Jordan working separately, but we haven't seen Alan in 2 days. If he cannot go tomorrow, what's his status for the rest of the Gold Cup? And if you have to sub him, what type of players would you look to bring in? Thank you.
Yeah, so Jordan is still sort of working his way back into team training. He has not trained with the team, but we're the same message is that he's dealing with the knee irritation, and we're progressively moving along and seeing how he responds. But he has not rejoined team training. Allen has a hamstring strain. Again, he's not at team training participating either. In terms of how we'll deal with that, we'll wait until at least after this match, continue the treatment plan for both of them, and then decide if we have to make a replacement in between, if we're obviously given that opportunity.
Do we have any extra question here in the auditorium? No. So let's go to online question. I have a question for Andrew Jones, please.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday again to you, BJ, with that. And Jesus, congratulations on the MLS All-Star appearance. Coach, I just wanted to ask you about Miles Robinson's status, if he's still a game time decision possibly for tomorrow. And for Jesus, what do you think about Coach's tattoos in terms of his tattoo designs and how, right with your tattoos right there? Thank you.
Well, thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that. In terms of Miles Robinson, he's returned to full team training and is available for selection tomorrow.
In terms of his tattoos, I haven't seen them all, but I'm pretty sure he can rock them all.